The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chargers and the Colts on Sunday night.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight we wrap up a great Sunday here in Super Wild Card Weekend, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the post. The Chargers offense getting set to try and advance here in the opening round of these playoffs. And the focus of the offense all season long has been this man, their star running back. He has been exceptional.
And he's coming up with a tremendous season, but as we all know, that won't mean a whole lot. These guys can't advance out this first weekend of the playoffs. So he's going to need to be at his very best to get his teammates through to the divisional round.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Here's Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
They'll run with a rookie from UCLA. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring your running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Herbert. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, L.A. DJ Chark, 30 yards. And the Chargers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Right back to him on first down. Down the left sideline. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Second and 5. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now third down and 7. Herbert now. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead. You talk about rookies having big statistical years. He had a boatload of these in the regular season, more than one per game. And now he has his first here in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the second quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here. Second and 1. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a third and 1. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a third and 1 situation. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now it's Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 91 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up the first down.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's again complete to Palmer. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And these two hooked up on a nice game to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with first and goal.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. Herbert. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. The Colts D sticking to their... Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun, Herbert on third down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 130 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then 1 play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Adetomiwa Adebawore there for the defense. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Herbert, throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. The offense on third down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 173 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Herbert. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Herbert off of play action. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dayo Odengbo drops him for a 4-yard loss there. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.